So I drove the Zenki home last night. Nice cruise this morning. I love this car. It's so nice and simple. It looks great. Hope I get to drive it a lot more before it gets too cold out. So to start the day, we got my mini mechanic over here working on the mini truck. How's it going down there?
Yeah, we're trying to get the spark plugs out.
And taking a while.
It's a tight space.
So look at this engine. It's got more vacuum lines than an RX-7. It kind of stresses me out. Dude, that is just silly. This thing needs a tune-up so bad. Like, we haven't touched it since we got it. And it's been driven. So today, well, tomorrow, I'm actually leaving for SEMA bright and early. I'm not going with any companies or doing anything fancy or no cars to reveal. But as like an influencer and just someone in the automotive industry, I guess, it's always great to go, see a lot of new stuff, see a lot of cool people, and shake some hands, and you guys know all that. So I'll be there for a couple days. I don't know if I'm gonna make a video or not. SEMA videos always tank. I know there's just a bunch of coverage of the same stuff over and over again, so maybe we'll do one. Probably do one, but I want to get a video out before we leave. I have like 2.5 hours to film a video. I figured before I go, we should play with the Black Z just a little bit because I do have some parts for it and I want to reveal some stuff for it since we did steal the turbo setup off of it right here for the Zenki. And though it worked out perfectly, and I told you I had bigger and better parts for the car, it still breaks my heart to see this thing like torn apart and not running. I know I don't drive it that often, but still, I like knowing that my car is run and drive and I can drive them if I want to. And so today we're gonna make some progress at it. So before, as you guys saw, I had a Megan Racing tubular manifold with a ISR GT2871R clone. And if you guys have been following the channel for a long time, you would know that that turbo setup kind of, I would say, cursed the Black Z a little bit. It doesn't produce as much power as I was like kind of expecting to. But it works out perfectly for the Zenki because we're trying to keep a little bit of power out of it, so the turbo being a little bit slower and doggier does the trick on that car. But for this thing, it's always needed a real turbo. So I got it the turbo. First off, the car is right-hand drive, so we have so much room to work with right here. It's a damn shame I didn't get to put a top mount manifold on it to begin with, but when I built the car, I was pretty damn broke. So now, taking full advantage of the opportunity and throwing a big old top mount on this thing. A beautiful future fab manifold. Yeah, it's a solid unit, isn't it?
Very solid.
Dude, this thing is gonna look so, and it's already ceramic coated black, so I feel like it's a really nice touch inside the bay. It makes it stick out like not as much, you know? So let's mock this thing up. I've had this piece for so long and I've been dying to use it, and
I've been bugging him about it.
I know, you keep like, oh, this one will look real good on my Silvia, huh, Jimmy?
Same thing, right-hand drive, you know, all the room.
Oh, dude, look at it. Especially since we have the Z and the Z engine bay is like extra wide. There's so much room. This is like the easiest thing to ever do.
It's gonna stick out because the bay's so clean too.
So beautiful in there. Dude, I don't need to make a big deal about this, but this is really freaking cool to see. And then to bring it all together, getting right after it, I have a G25 660, the turbo. I feel like this is like the turbo of the year. For such a small frame turbo, these things make a ridiculous amount of power. They spool so fast, make the coolest noises, and they never like ever run out of efficiency range, which is insane. On this setup, this is OD. This is so OD, but that's what a boost controller is for. We can keep it tamed and we can keep the engine alive, but this should have no problem producing power on this setup. So I actually got this off of LZ's JZ car. This was on his chaser when it blew up, so he sold to me really cheap. So LZ, thank you so much, buddy. So I've had this for a while, but check this out.
Right there.
Dude, how hot is that in there? That is so good. It makes the whole engine bay look so freaking fancy.
There's so much room too.
Oh, dude, I could like get up in there.
For the lines, the downpipe.
I've wanted a top mount on this thing for so long, but like I said before, like when we built the car, it was such a tight budget and we just used what we had. I mean, I even used a knockoff Garrett, right? So it feels really good to be able to like spoil this car finally. Dude, it's like I've been like holding off test fitting this for the longest time just for this video, and it's like super exciting to see this. All right, since we have so much room to work with in this engine bay, it makes life so much easier. So step number one is getting water lines to the turbo, right? So the fittings on the engine are -6. The fittings on the turbo are -6, which is really nice because I have a bunch of -6 fittings laying around because it's what we use with the fuel systems. I was able to get sneaky with it here, right? What we're gonna do here is we're gonna have one turn and away from the strut tower. We're gonna go down. Then we're gonna meet it right here. And then for this one, we're gonna go forward instead of trying to go through the manifold because it's just super, super tight. You can if you have some heat wrap, but for me it works out to go forward and have a 90 on the block. Easy as that. So let's make up some AN lines. All right, so I got one line made up, and of course we got the DW or the D-Works fittings right here. I love these things because they're really easy to work with. They don't feel like a lot of AN fittings, since they're aluminum, feel real crunchy and they feel like they're gonna strip out all the time, right? These do not at all, and I love the finish on them. I feel like it's just such a classy color that just goes with everything, so I'm a big fan. So the only thing we're doing now is on the inner line, since it does get kind of close to the manifold, I'm gonna add some heat management to the line, some of the like the fiberglass wrap right here, just so we don't have to worry about melting the line, right? The other side doesn't even get close, so I'm not even worried about it. All right, so now we got some cool lines that came out awesome, super easy in Dash 6, so we are good on those. So the next piece of the puzzle is gonna be the oil drain. Now, when you have an aftermarket turbo with an aftermarket manifold, the drain can be a huge pain in the ass, especially if it's a top mount, because a lot of the time, especially on Garrett's where their cores are super tight, the drain is gonna touch the manifold. It actually has to go through it. So we could do a Dash 8 return line on the turbo, but honestly, on a tight frame turbo, getting that Dash 8 fitting on with a wrench is almost impossible without taking the whole turbo apart, and it's super annoying. So, since it is low pressure and the factory just has a barb fitting on the block just as a return, we're gonna keep the theme going and just use something like this. Just gonna use an oil resistant rubber line to go from there straight down to the spout. Nice and easy. How's the oil look out of this thing? Oh, it smells burnt. The problem is this thing lives at what, 6,000 RPM, so how to fill the oil up? Wait,
Look at that.
Is this the oil fill?
Oil, Daihatsu.
That's so funny.
So we'll just put this here.
Yep, nice work. No funnel, all right?
That is the funnel. They blessed me.
Don't use it. So as you can see how tight the core is here, we barely have any room. Now, if you need to get a Dash 8 in there, they sell spouts like this that actually offset it so you can get your fitting and wrench in there. Doesn't fit here because I think this is for precision. I had it laying around, but you get the gist of it. They have some pretty crazy shaped ones. They even have like accordion pipe so you can actually like bend it in the shape that you need. You guys get the idea, but for now, we're gonna use this. Just like an OEM T28, it'll work perfect. Doesn't look as fancy as an AN fitting, but I think it looks right at home. All right, so I got all new hardware on the manifold, so that is officially bolted on. So now, hopefully this thing can go on like for good. Shouldn't have to take it back off, which is super exciting. V-Band is the greatest invention ever. Like, dude, to take a turbo off like a T2 manifold, it takes so long. And look at this. Boom, it's like bolted on already. Sheesh. Like, come on. I don't know, which way should we, right there? What do you think, Ant? It needs a little bit of stank to the, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it look more aggressive when you put a little angle to it, you know?
Oh yeah.
We got a little room to work with. I'm not too worried about it.
Johnny's a good welder.
It's like, if you turn it, you get more room for the intake, but if you turn it, you get less room for the exhaust. But like you said, Johnny's a good welder. There we go, boys. Love to see it. All right, let's get these water lines on. Go through here. It's a little close to the manifold on the feed side, but
It's future Jimmy's problem.
God, I hope not. Doesn't look too bad, right? For going forward like that.
I think it looks awesome.
It looks a little fun. This one just goes off the water neck, little cheat code spot, and we'll put this right there. All right, last line is the return, nice and easy. Make sure it's oil resistant line because the heater hose line will actually deteriorate over time with oil going through it. Eh?
Good to know.
Right, RJ?
Oh, I thought you were gonna hit me then.
I haven't done it yet. You do it.
Do what?
You know.
The thing.
The thing.
Do the thing. The thing.
The thing?
Yeah.
Hop below shop, Jimmy. We just had a drop. Look at this blueberry looking
This
ass.
fucking guy.
Fuck, the thing hurts. Do it again, see what happens.
Do the thing.
Hop below, shop Jimmy O, cop a hoodie, a beanie, some stickers. Sheesh. Oh, the discount code is gone. I was gonna plug that, but you guys slept. If you're not signed up for the newsletter, sign up for discounts. Exclusive discounts.
I didn't even know. That's how exclusive.
That's how exclusive they are.
Oh yeah.
Is she fitting? Oh yeah.
I'm gonna shorten her up just a little bit. Nice work, RJ.
Thanks.
All right, last piece of the puzzle on the turbo is the oil feed line. As you can tell, I have Dash 3 on both sides and I have a heat wrap on it, which is really nice. Now, the only problem is I have Dash 3 on everything but the turbo. This is actually Dash 4 and I don't have a fitting for it, so we have to wait for that to come in, which was so close, dude, so close. So this thing I'm just gonna end up rooting down here, probably through the manifold.
Oh yeah.
There's so much room in there and it'll look nice.
It looks good.
That's what it's gonna look like, all right?
Yeah. Just like that.
It really upsets me I can't finalize this one today, but so be it. The next part of the puzzle, external gate. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, it's time.
Oh yeah. So the first thing we got to figure out is how much boost we want to run, right? So this is a G25, so it's not going to take as much boost to make as much power as, say, like an older Gen 1 GT28, right? Especially a knockoff GT28. So, got to keep that in mind. And we also have to keep in mind the fact that this turbo is going to spool very, very fast. So if we have a high number gate, it's going to make all that boost very quickly, which will then send these stock little rods right through the block.
To the moon.
To the moon. But if we put too small of a gate, we won't have enough room to, well, make the boost we want to at peak power, right? The G25 turbo is so responsive, we're able to really pick what our power curve looks like based off of our boost map, which means we could use our boost controller to make our power curve look like whatever we want by manipulating the boost, right? Since I'm gonna run it in like a 3-port style, we're only gonna really be able to double the boost. And so I'm thinking 8 PSI? Yeah, let's do like an 8-pound or 9-pound gate. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
All right, where's this chart? All right, so if my chart is correct, blue is about 0.6 bar, which will be about 8.5 PSI-ish. Grab a homeboy to do this with you.
And.
No. Here we go.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
It's a small spring. We're good. You could use a C-clamp, a bench vise. We've even used a drill press before. That works really nice. It gets real hairy once you start putting 20 PSI springs in there.
Oh my God. You get shoved away from it.
And then the diaphragm, you could pinch it real easily, and then your boost will be all over the place.
Yeah,
so if your boost is going crazy, I guarantee you pinched your diaphragm in your wastegate. Boom.
What size is that?
Don't worry about it.
Alright, fuck me.
This is the 38 millimeter gate. That was actually a good question, Tony. It's a tile stainless MVS 38 mil gate.
That looks fake.
What? You should kick his ass.
I mean, I've used fake tile gates before, so I'm not gonna hold it against me, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Crazy how much more expensive a 44 millimeter gate is from a 38 millimeter gate. It's like double the price.
That's crazy. Can you afford that?
Take some time.
He goes, it takes some time. So setting up your wastegate orientation is very important. Since I'm doing a 3-port style, we have a reference on the side and on the top. First off, on the side, this is gonna be opening the gate, right? So there's 3 ports on the side. I capped 2 and I just left 1 for me. So it's gonna take the pressure source from inside our system and it's gonna use that to open the valve inside here to open the wastegate, right? Which will then relieve the exhaust pressure. Boom. And then we have the reference on top that is actually gonna be putting boost against the valve inside the wastegate, which will keep it closed. And that's how we can control our boost. Since the boost controller is a valve, it'll bleed the pressure up top to keep it closed.
Makes sense.
Makes sense, right? Now all we have to do is take this thing and figure out where we want to shove it. Looks nice in there though. And then I, of course, put the fittings forward so we can get some vacuum lines on there.
Oh, that looks so good.
Doesn't it look dope in there? Damn, that's pretty.
Top mount's the way.
I know. It's just so expensive. It's just so. Luckily, I've been piecing this together for so long. Shout out to LZ for hooking up on a turbo because the G series, they're so gangster, but dude, they are so much money. It is ridiculous. I caught LZ at a good time. He gave me a good price on it. It was like right after his JZ blew up. I was like, I know you got that turbo. He hooked it. And then when he was building his S15, the green one, I know he was freaking out because he forgot he sold me that thing and he was looking for it. So sorry, Adam. Much appreciated.
Here it is.
Here it is, buddy. So if you guys didn't know, the car actually has titanium intercooler piping, which is so absurd. There's like no reason for it. But when we were building this car forever ago, Justin from Morfab really wanted to play with some titanium, and we got a really good deal from the company at the time. And so we did intercooler piping out of titanium, which is still, I mean, look at the intake portion of it. Holy pie cuts. This thing took, I think, like 4.5 hours of welding because you can't rush welding titanium. You have to like weld little bits of it and then stop, right? Justin spent so much time on this piece and it's so beautiful. I'm still so thankful for that. But now we have tie on the other side and I'm just kind of scared to modify it. So we found this coupler upstairs, which is really nice. It's just kind of red, so
Yeah, wait,
a little corny.
Whatever.
Whatever.
That's red. We're good.
Yeah, you're right. That'll make up for that little 45 we have right here, which would be nice to keep because, you know, little pie cut's always fun.
Oh yeah, it always looks good.
It just looks like we're gonna have to cut a little bit out. Do you see those sparks?
What?
I forgot that titanium cut like that. Look at it. It's damn near beautiful. That looks kind of funny. There we go. Yeah. Oh, there you go. That looks dope. It flows with the turbo because the turbo's at an angle, so the piping flows with the turbo. So, not bad. That worked out really well. Dude, it looks so good. Like, it makes the whole car look so much more expensive.
And faster.
And faster. And faster. It's the fastest looking 350 horsepower car I've ever seen in my life.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, whatever. This thing should be a blast. I mean, I should be able to actually like ramp the boost in pretty subtly, then have it come in hard at the top. So I could probably make it like actually have a pretty good high peak power on this thing. So we'll have some fun. We'll push it. Why not? Looks damn good. So now we have the oil feed, right? That'll be quick. I gotta plumb the lines for the boost controller. Super easy, right? Put a clamp on there, of course. And then we have to do the exhaust stuff. And then it's basically done. So the goal now is to try and convince Johnny that he's not too busy to bang this out when I'm in Las Vegas.
I can handle that.
You got it?
Yeah.
All right, first off, let's get him an iced coffee. That always helps.
That always helps, Johnny.
Look busy, Johnny. Johnny! Want to make some money, buddy? I hit the casino big last time trying to spend it on you.
Just give it to me then.
You know, we can,
What was that?
we can trade. You look a little busy.
I'm always busy.
All right, hear me out. Hear me out. I'm going to SEMA tomorrow. I'll be gone for like 4 days. Let me come back to my car finished by Johnny.
Oh yeah. I just won't sleep until you.
No, come on. Come check it out.
All right.
Come on. Frank, you can come here too. Come on,
What
Frank.
if you're buying coffees?
Yeah, we got coffees.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Ant, get on it.
Bring him coffee every day?
Yeah. No. Yeah, you can every day. Every day for the next, till I get back.
Just give me a company credit card.
Yeah, I got all the materials. I got a little helper for you. We're ready to go.
Ooh.
Ant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a pool noodle?
Yeah.
Nice. I
Bumper
I
support.
like the purple.
Oh yeah, that's all they had in stock. All right, check it out. New top mountain G series on my SR.
Word.
And I just need you to like connect a couple pipes for me.
Okay. Down pipe. Are you recirculating the wastegate too or no?
What do you think? Should we?
Dump them out, dude.
You're just saying that because you don't want to do it.
Exactly.
I bought all the stuff forever ago. Thank God, because this is all so hard to get right now. So we have a UJ. I got a bunch of pie cuts. Look at this pre-made, Johnny. You're so spoiled, buddy.
So that's 50, 100,
Yeah.
150.
We're talking cents, right?
Per weld.
Oh, get out of here. And I have all the stuff to actually recirc. I have the flex joint. You know, let's recirc it. Why not?
Do you have?
We're gentlemen around here.
Do you have the flange for the turbo?
Oh yeah.
Oh, word. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
What are we waiting for?
You.
Damn it. Oh, so this currently connects to your exhaust, and then there's a little.
Yeah. So
doodad there.
So this is my existing exhaust, right? And then this would go to my bottom mount turbo. Little elbow right here.
Yep.
Maybe we can come off of this or just go back here.
Yeah. Depending on where this lays out, we might be able to use it, or either way, cut it. Yeah.
It's a lot easier, like being the customer, it's really easy to say, oh, it's not that bad, you know?
I get it all the time. It should only take you 2 hours.
Oh, what are you doing?
I'm pulling my hair out at the same time.
A lot of room to play with, though.
I don't know. This thing's kind of too pretty for me. Do I get a loaner for the week?
What do you mean?
A loaner?
Yeah, Ant, he's a loner.
No, I mean a car.
Oh. All right, so we have officially swindled Johnny into doing this while I'm gone, so I'm super excited. I probably should have got it in writing, huh? Nah, he's good for it. So we decided we're gonna recirc the wastegate, which means all the air that gets dumped out of the wastegate is gonna go back into the exhaust instead of just dumping it to the ground, which some setup sounds kind of cool, but for this, I think I wanna go for a more tamed vibe in terms of the exhaust note. So I think we're gonna recirc it, do it once, do it right?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. All right. So besides that, I mean, I keep talking about it, but this thing looks absolutely amazing. It is crazy how it completely changed the look of the car. And honestly, it just got a whole new aura to it, you know? It looks gangster, doesn't it?
Engine bay's brighter.
It is brighter. Dude, it looks so freaking fancy. So, I mean, I know I'm talking fast, but I'm just super excited. Like, I wasn't expecting doing this today, and we've been trying to do this for way too long, but I'm happy it all lines up. So the G25 on this engine, I'm very excited to see how it does, because the issue with the Black Z here was always lacking in power, right? That was always the joke. I mean, at least we had to put more boost into it than I ever wanted to. And the real issue, what we found out, was the knockoff turbo that we had, right? a little inefficient where it actually kind of works on the S14, right? Because the S14 has higher compression, it has the VTC, and you know, we want the turbo to be a little bit slower on that thing, and that all checked out on that car, so it's perfect for that thing. But on this, where it's an S13 SR, there's no VTC, it's got the lower compression, the turbo just wasn't doing it justice. It wasn't letting it breathe right.
This thing should eat.
This thing should eat. With the G25 on here, this thing should flow so happily and make all the boost. And I think it's going to completely change the vibe and the feel of the car. And honestly, I haven't seen a lot of guys use these on the S13 motors, mainly just the S14 motors. And plus, this is a 660 versus the 550, so I'm also curious how that's going to work. I don't think it's ever going to really hurt it because it's going to make all the boost anyways. So. And it's gonna sound so much different. It's gonna completely change the car. And honestly, I am already in love with just how it looks. So I'm gonna stop rambling on because I'm just too excited. I'm happy I have something to look forward to when I get back. We're gonna get back, tune the thing, and change the car. So till then, I gotta get home, edit this video, pack up, and then do the whole SEMA thing. So we're gonna end it there. You guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. And Tony?
Have a good day.